Please help Ma to reach 1,000 subscribers. I promised myself I was only going for one thing: closure. Just one honest conversation with my ex so I could finally let go and move on. I believed that. I truly did. What I hadn't anticipated was my husband showing up out of nowhere, forcing me to confront a truth I had buried for far too long. My name is Laura. I'm 39. Until recently, I thought I was a rational, straightforward person. I believed I could manage complex emotions without letting them destroy my life or my marriage. I was wrong. I had been married to David for 7 years. Steady, reliable, calm, that was him. We lived in a quiet Pennsylvania suburb, where weekends meant grocery shopping, yard work, and simple family dinners. Life was peaceful, predictable. Somewhere along the way, I started mistaking that peace for boredom. Before David, there was Michael. My late 20s ex: fire, intensity, passion. We had broken up years ago because we wanted different futures, but the spark never fully vanished. We rarely spoke, yet every time we did, it was like stepping back into an old, dangerous comfort zone. So when Michael reached out, saying he was struggling and wanted to talk, I felt that familiar pull. I convinced myself it was harmless, that seeking closure was reasonable. I didn't tell David the whole truth. I said I was visiting an old friend. Looking back, that should have been my first warning. I drove to Michael's place on a Friday afternoon, stomach in knots. I told myself I would be brief. One conversation. Then leave. No emotions. No drama. Just clarity. When I arrived, Michael looked different, older, tired, but his smile was the same. He pulled me in for a hug that lingered too long. I noticed it, but I didn't pull away. We talked for hours. About the past, our mistakes, the what could have been. He apologized for things he had never admitted before. I cried unexpectedly. He asked if I was happy. I said yes, but my voice betrayed me. That night, I stayed in the guest room. I told myself that was proof I had good intentions. Yet sleep eluded me. My mind kept jumping between past and present, Michael and David. The next morning, David messaged me, "Hope you're okay. Let me know when you're heading back." I stared at the screen, guilt pressing down, but I ignored it. I convinced myself I hadn't done anything wrong. That afternoon, Michael suggested a walk. We talked more. He admitted he still thought about me. I reminded him I was married. He said softly, "I know. I just wanted you to know how I feel." That was my cue to leave. But I didn't. By evening, exhaustion and anxiety were overwhelming. I told him I would leave early in the morning. He seemed disappointed, though he masked it. Then came a knock at the door. Michael went to answer it, and my heart sank. There was David, calm, composed, but with eyes that had seen too much pain. Behind him, a man in a suit carrying a briefcase. A lawyer. The silence that followed was deafening. Michael stepped back, unsure, uncomfortable. David didn't shout or yell. He simply said quietly, "I figured I'd find you here." My legs weakened. I tried to explain. "This isn't what it looks like." He nodded slowly. "That's what people say when it is exactly what it looks like." Michael shifted uneasily. The lawyer remained silent, watching. David's gaze was steady. "You said you needed space. You said you were visiting a friend. You didn't tell me it was him." I tried to explain again. "I came for closure. I didn't do anything. I needed answers." David listened without interruption. That quiet hurt more than an argument ever could. "You don't look for closure behind your spouse's back," he said. "You look for permission to feel what you already feel." I cried. "I never meant to hurt you." "Intentions don't erase choices," he replied. The lawyer stepped forward, handing me an envelope. Divorce papers. I felt my stomach drop. I hadn't planned for this. I came to protect myself. "I deserve honesty. I deserve to be chosen," David said. I asked how he had found me. "I trusted my gut. I checked your messages." Shame crashed over me. Before leaving, David said one last thing. "You didn't come here for closure. You came because you weren't ready to let go." Then he walked away. I sat frozen in that living room long after the door closed. Michael tried to speak, but I couldn't hear him anymore. Everything felt distant, unreal. I drove home alone. The house was silent in a way I'd never noticed before. His absence was louder than his presence ever had been. Over the following weeks, I replayed every decision, every rationalization, every lie I told myself. David never begged, never pleaded. He simply chose dignity. And slowly, painfully, I realized the truth. Closure isn't something someone else gives you. It's a choice you make. I didn't lose my marriage because I visited an ex. I lost it because I searched for answers outside my relationship instead of confronting the difficult truths within it. When David appeared unexpectedly, he didn't just catch me in a lie. He caught me standing between my past and my present, and I finally understood which one I should have protected. Please help Ma to reach 1,000 subscribers.